What is going on, Reed Nation? It's your boy Isaac Reed, and you're like, holy shit, are you back on reactions? Like, not necessarily, I'm not back on reactions, but I am doing a reaction towards a couple of videos. I want to, do them every now and then. I don't want to bore you to death with reactions, but we actually have a reaction today. It is actually WWE 10 things that WWE doesn't want you to know about Seth Rollins, want you to forget about Seth Rollins. The things that I know they want you to forget about Seth Rollins is the leaked pictures of him and his girlfriend. Sadly, I accidentally saw that. What a fucking disturbing. Okay, it was hella funny. Like, he got leaked. I believe it was either 2 years ago, and the company still pushed him. I was like, that's how you know somebody's invested in somebody, when they still get leaked and you still push them. Like, if that was like somebody else, like Darren Young, they would have released him. So 10 things WWE wants you to forget about Seth Rollins. Let's get into it. I'm ready. You're ready. Reed Nation, let's get it.
It's the worst laugh on planet Earth. The sound of it just shreds your soul. If an antichrist is ever born, you can bet serious money that the devil impregnated his mother to the sound of Seth Rollins' laugh. Gosh, it's got dark quickly. Anyway, the architect of the Shield is one of the top stars in WWE right now. He was the #1 draft pick during the brand extension, is a two-time WWE champ, and still has his best years ahead of him, which is good, because some of the years behind him are a bit tricky. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are hell God, it's like the sniffing of a hell spawn. And here are 10 things WWE want you to forget about Seth Rollins. Number 10, ever using a curve.
Yes, I missed the curb stomp actually. That was his go-to finisher.
Maybe don't call it the curb stomp. That being said, even when it was called the blackout, the move was going to be a problem. Kids do these moves on each other, and that's just a fact. When you were a kid with a trampoline, when we were little, and we all did tricks.
I mean, half of the other moves in WWE are dangerous, more dangerous than the curb stomp.
Kiddywinks stamping full on each other's heads. WWE banned the move, and has even gone as far as to edit it out of all of Seth's past glories, including using it to win his first WWE Championship. Number 9, CM Punk's stable. Gosh, the Shield.
Yeah, CM Punk was the adventure of the Shield.
SWAT team outfits. Hey, cool. The wet hair. Hey, cool, sort of. But they debuted in turtlenecks. Laugh out loud. I mean, they look like an easy listening band. The Ring Boys with a new album. Believe that. Anyway,
the way he has the album set up to make him, that's fucking funny.
Early days was that it was basically CM Punk's idea. He wanted this mercenary.
CM Punk invented the Shield, sadly.
His proposed lineup being Seth, Dean, and Chris Hero.
Oh yeah, I forgot Chris Hero goes to
became their own thing quite quickly, and Punk became persona non grata. So WWE would probably like you to forget that the best stable of the last decade was the initial brainchild of a man they fired on his wedding day. Number 8, they almost ruined them. So we talked about the turtlenecks, right? They were fairly dog shit, but the Shield managed to survive them. However, WWE creative very nearly torpedoed the entire enterprise in one move. Seth Rollins went on Chris Jericho's podcast and told the story of turning up to Survivor Series and being given, first of all, the turtlenecks. That is very important.
Yeah, I remember. I watched that podcast actually.
Clubs and riot shields with the word "Shield" written on them. Here you go, boys.
Yeah, they were about to ruin them.
Yeah,
I remember he said something like that.
Tried to be adorable little policemen. They would have been laughed out of the building. Oh God, no. Number 7, Tyler Black. Nakamura.
I remember that name. I love that name, Tyler Black. That was a nice name.
We bring in superstars from other promotions and actually letting them keep their old names. Seth Rollins, like Dean Ambrose, came into the company before that shift in policy, which is why if you're strictly a WWE fan, you've never heard of Tyler Black.
I know Tyler
Black during his time with Ring of Honor from 2007 to 2010.
That was my Facebook name.
King Spectacular.
Same thing.
Check out some of his fights with Austin Aries, who gets to keep his name apparently, Nigel McGuinness, with Bryan Danielson, whoever he is, and Davey Richards. They're very, very special.
Seth Rollins is raw as fuck. I'm sorry.
Died 6 years
Back then when he fought AJ Styles, like
Number
those
6,
are crazy.
Getting fired. Another time that Tyler Black and his older brother Seth in
I thought he was talking about the league problem.
Rollins proved he was potentially one of the best wrestlers of his generation. You see, holding the Ring of Honor World Championship for over 200 days can do that. By Seth's own admission, that track record gave him something of a bad attitude Baracus, being stuck in developmental for a few years. In an interview with WWE.com, he says, "I'd already had a set way of doing things. I know what works for me. Having to adjust that to fit what was asked of me was very difficult.
Yeah,
it felt like I was selling out. I literally almost lost my job." Thankfully, Triple H was a huge ally of Rollins, or WWE could have fired someone who may very well become the next Shawn Michaels. Number 5, beef with Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor's one.
I didn't know he had beef with Terry Taylor. That's interesting.
He's super good friends with Triple H. You know, show, like I am, I assume. Taylor and Trips formed a bond back in the early 90s.
That fucking blonde hair, I'm
mentored
asleep.
by Taylor at WCW's Power Plant, which is why it makes sense that in 2012, Taylor was chosen to act as trainer in WWE's developmental facility, Triple H's baby. Turns out, however, there was infighting in Triple H's family. His son, Seth, did not get on with his new uncle, Terry. The two had quite major beef, in fact. Major Beef will be a good wrestler's name. Sam, please Photoshop a character called Major Beef. I will wait. Mmm, delicious. Taylor wanted to help Rollins understand the WWE style, but Seth was adamant that he'd be allowed to retain his own. Taylor identified Rollins as a problem and actually reported him to WWE management. That's how bad the heat was between student and teacher. Number 4, not shaking hands. More heat now, which never ends. People just seem to have a problem with Seth. I'm fairly sure it's his laugh. Also his lack of handshaking. I'll explain. See, the wrestling industry is built on respect, knowing your place within your promotion and showing deference to the veterans in the locker room. Part of that is when you bump into another talent backstage, you offer out your hand. It's just a dumb thing. In the summer of 2013, after enjoying a prime run of beating everyone put in front of them, the Shield slipped down the totem pole of touch, with Rollins and Reigns fighting Usos on the Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The temporary demotion was that the Architect and the Big Dog had been naughty boys. Reigns had publicly argued with Randy Orton in the locker room, and Rollins had been, that's right, not shaking hands. Apparently it was the Big Show that Rollins had neglected to offer his mitt, and despite that being petty,
you know, Big Show can end you, Seth Rollins. I mean, I would have shook his hand too. I'd be like, here you go.
Above his station. Number 3, the running powerbomb.
I missed that. But he injured
Seth
people.
Rollins has put 2 men on the shelf with his running powerbomb.
He put Sting and Finn Balor.
So far, neither of those men has returned. Sting took one at Night of Champions last year, injured his neck and may never step into the ring again. Finn Balor took one to the guardrail at SummerSlam, dislocated his shoulder and tore his labrum. Now, this
Seth Rollins injured everybody.
Accidents happen, and it's worth remembering the hundreds of injury-free buckle bombs he's done over the past few years. But when 2 very high-profile injuries occur from the exact same move, that's something to try and sweep under the rug.
Why he stopped doing it.
Number 2, his ex. Guilt by association here, and again, this is the part of the list that I really don't enjoy. But then again, it's got something to do with the Nazis, so I can't really miss it off the list. Zara Schreiber was Seth Rollins' other half until earlier this year, and she caused Seth something of a public relations poo storm in 2015. The most severe incident got her released from WWE, and as we covered in a previous video, people looked deep into Zara's social media and unearthed pictures that she'd uploaded years ago, 2 of which featured images with swastikas. One of them was a pony. Oh, little nationalist horsey. Now, the swastika is what's referred to in the marketing industry as a dead brand, and not something to be too closely associated with, despite Schreiber claiming strenuously that she wasn't an anti-Semite. The other scandal involving Zara, that was a bit more of Seth's fault. And number 1, the dick pic.
There we go.
In my lifetime, I have seen 2 separate pictures of Seth Rollins' erect penis, #blessed. So about a month before WrestleMania 31, Seth accidentally sent out a new picture of Zara Schreiber from his Twitter and Instagram accounts. His fiancée, who was not Zara Schreiber, then in an act of vengeance that measures on the Richter scale, leaked pictures of Seth.
She looked pretty bad though.
That is
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable that WWE forget about what Seth Rollins.
Like, damn, baby girl.
Thing is, you never will. You never will. And that's our list.
Comment below.
Talk about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam.
Alright, so when he got leaked, that's the wind blowing in my eye. When he got leaked, I was like, I saw that all over Twitter. It was on Tubby Emu's page, seeing him post his page. It was so fucking funny. Like, I was crying. I was like, they were roasting his dick. Some people said they loved his dick. I mean, his ex fiance, she's bad, man. She got some big old bitties and ooh. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. And I got more reactions coming to you in a little bit. Peace out, Renation. Deuces, baby. One love. And if the volume sounded weird, I apologize. I need new speakers, fam. So, peace out, Renation.